Welcome to the Jira Life, the place to find news, events, and interviews with the Atlassian community's movers and shakers. Join our hosts, Alex, Dr. Jira Ortiz, and Rodney, the Jira guy Nissen, as well as the Jira amigos in the peanut gallery, as we sit down and discuss the latest going on in the Atlassian ecosystem. Because we didn't choose the Jira Life, the Jira Life chose us.
Hello.
Are we streaming to two locations?
We are streaming to two locations. Welcome, people on LinkedIn. We're trying something different because, we're in that mood.
It's the inaugural LinkedIn live stream.
Yeah.
We should probably test it to see if it worked.
I mean, that's what we're doing today. Meanwhile, everyone on YouTube.
We have a familiar face.
Hello, everyone.
Lameck, how are you doing?
Doing fine, the feeling of the third kid arriving is something special. So any moment now. So I'm kind of working as much as I can to make sure everything's gonna be fine while I'm off. And also make sure the house, the kids, and my wife, they are ready to the new member who's arriving.
So wait, so you're literally saying that at any minute you can literally just drop it, just take off?
Yeah, I hope that won't happen, but yeah, maybe. Or we can make the third kid coming, the burst live. And they can...
That would be our first Jira Life birth live.
Yeah, but I think we still have
then that means you had plenty of time to join us in Vegas last week and still make it back. That's what I'm hoping.
That's the thing. We also have another two kids, so it's not fair left a pregnant wife with two kids. One's 4, the other's 2, and she was 37 weeks. So yeah.
I mean, there's that, but also I know Vegas is a gambling town, but it seems like a heck of a gamble to make that your kid wouldn't be born that week.
Well, Lameck, we missed you though. I can tell you that much.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, I miss being there too. Next time I have a good excuse to bring the kids as well, right? It's gonna be
cool. Next time I'm hosting.
Disneyland.
It's happening in my city, so.
Oh, that's awesome.
This is gonna be one for the record books here. I'm very curious about how people are gonna do their merch though, because I was telling Sean Doyle here that Disney has a pretty strict copyright on their use of their intellectual property, because a lot of people do like Las Vegas stickers and swag or Las Vegas inspired swag, and so to do a Disney one, like to do little ears, I guess as long as you don't sell them, it might not come after.
Yeah, I still think Papa Disney would have an issue with it.
I do know that they go after a lot of Etsy shops and stuff like that, that are selling.
I mean, they've also gone after daycares who just had it painted on the wall.
There's a place down the street from Disneyland called Tacolandia. I don't know if we've talked about it before, but Taco Land. And I
got the translation, I didn't need the translation. It was pretty obvious.
Just making sure. I'm translating for my Portuguese buddy. Or speaks Portuguese. But anyway, yeah, the whole taco place is very heavily Disney inspired. And I was like, this guy's pushing the line here. He's been open for about a year, so the fact that he's open for a year.
How do we know he isn't a front for Disney?
You know what? All of Anaheim is shady, so I would also say the only thing that I get comfort in saying is that at least Anaheim is not any more shady than Las Vegas is. So you should be safe-ish.
Yumi does bring up a good point, though. The very first versions of Mickey Mouse are now public domain, so I imagine a lot of partners are going to be taking advantage of that.
I love this comment here. Less than 4 minutes into it, and we're already talking about tacos. I should go get my taco shirt.
I'm surprised you didn't wear it. So, Lameck, We did
Yes.
miss you last week. Vegas team conferences are always awesome. But have you gotten a chance to scope out the news and everything that was announced?
Yeah, yeah. I saw about Rovo, Atlassian University is free now, The Guardian, and other news. Yeah.
So
The one that I really liked was the Jira Work Management. Now is merged with Jira software and Jira.
How do you feel about that? You like that?
Yes, sure. I think we shouldn't have a Jira Service Desk as well. We should just have Jira.
Stick it
And
all in one, make it one.
you just have Jira, and you want to have a portal, you put a portal. You want to have a board, you put the board there. You want a
You
calendar.
want to have approvals in the workflow, you stick the approvals in the workflow.
Exactly. So
you want this product discovery project, you just create that project.
I mean, they already do kind of like jam product discovery into the software template projects, which I don't understand why they do that. But I like that. I would like this, like one Jira to rule them all. I think that would be
exactly. That's a good T-shirt for the next year.
for next year. Well, because so you just convinced me. I'm not on this whole Jira software, Jira work management bandwagon. I think it's a bad idea. But I do like the idea of all of them being one.
Yep.
As I said multiple times now, I think it's a good start.
Exactly. I see it the same way. Like, let's validate the strategy. Let's check if you're gonna make money out of it. And I think it's that. So, and I hope is that.
But now you made me scared again because JSM is so much more expensive than Jira software, and if you're gonna fold in JSM capabilities, our Jiras just became $100 a month easily.
Yeah, that's the biggest point is how JSM is. But I mean, we already have that as a concept. I mean, you can put on data center JSM and Jira software on the same instance, and agents are just licensed differently from the software users.
Isn't that what we have today, though? In cloud too?
I mean, we technically yes, but no. I mean, I can only have one Jira instance. They're technically not separated.
I just want approvals in my workflow. That's all I care about. I want to be able to do that.
Not assets?
I want read-only licenses in my Jira. Like, I should have a customer. I should have a read-only one. I should have like a stakeholder license. Where you at, Atlassian?
1, 2, 4 process, please. Yeah, I think everybody agree with that. So it's kind of. I think I don't know about the licensing, the costing, and how much money Atlassian gonna lose or make with that, but for the administrators and for the users would be way better. Yeah.
Dare we ask Jira Align thoughts? Or no?
Jira Align is not a true Jira.
Let's not talk about that.
Oh, you guys are funny. Okay, so we did ask, and I don't think I've seen an answer anywhere either, right? So last week we were talking about Atlassian Together. Is that what it was called? Did you ever hear about that one, Mac?
Yep.
So we're kind of wondering, like, so what happens to that now, since that's kind of dead now, right?
I mean, is it?
Well, one key component was Jira Work Management, which is now gone.
Yeah.
So just put Jira in there in its place.
Yep.
Yeah, but I don't think it was from a pricing perspective, right? Jira Work Management was $10. Jira software ain't $10. It's so much more.
I mean,
Andy says Confluence and Trello. Andy.
I mean, that's all Andy ever needs, though. So
yeah, but like Sean Doyle's Frisbee. That thing wouldn't have broken if it was a Jira Frisbee. I'm just saying.
Would it have?
It would not have. It would have withstanded the impact and bites and torture. So Lameck, you want to share where were you this year?
I'm Spain, still Spain.
You were like the most spiffy person I saw last year, and I don't think anybody was spiffy this year. Did you see anybody spiffy, Rodney?
Decatus' group were pretty spiffy.
There was this girl, Eva. She was a champion. She was dressed really nice, but other than that, I think for the party aside, because a lot of people dressed up nicely for the party,
Yeah.
but everybody else, I didn't really see a bunch of spiffy people. There was a guy, I think, in a full pink suit, though.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
the
yeah.
Caddis.
Okay.
How is there somebody with colorful suit? Always every year. Yeah. So I'm still in Spain, living in Sevilla, and enjoying a lot. Living in Europe. It's Sevilla is kind of a mix between Europe and South America. And people are very friendly here. They look like a lot like Brazilians. They are easy to make friends, and so we found a special community here. So we are glad, and my kids, they are enjoying a lot. So still here.
How's the Spanish coming along?
Oh, it's coming. It's coming. It's not fast as I was expecting, but since my work is every day I speak in English from Monday to Friday. Usually, I have Saturday and Sunday to practice my Spanish, and of course, my house is Portuguese. We are talking, but I start to take lessons to make faster, but I can communicate really well in Spanish. But I want to be able to give speeches or things like that, But I can. I have went to a doctor the other day, and I talk without using a translator. So yeah, it's coming.
Awesome. Well, I did truly miss you, though. I was hoping to run into you. I know that when we did the 24-hour live stream, it was kind of like you were on the fence. The timing wasn't
Yeah.
gonna be right, but
Yeah.
last one in Vegas, you missed out on that one.
Yeah, I was kind of sad. I always said that I would rather have that event in every other place instead of Las Vegas, always. But I kind of gonna miss because I was trying to bring my wife to Vegas, and the event was the only reason that I
Well, you have
would
a
go there.
bigger reason to bring the whole family next year.
Yeah, so yeah, that's gonna be easier next year to bring the whole gang.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are planning on bringing I think next year is going to be an expensive trip for a lot of people. Get your reservations in for hotels and Disney now, because Disney is on a reservation system still, unfortunately.
Yeah, I need to get some tips with you about hotels, location, and things like that.
Yep.
I thought I was going to stay at Casa de Ortiz.
My house is only so big, Rodney. I can't fit everybody. I think I already got you and King Bob in there, and Sean and
Lameck and
yeah, my 15 kids.
Should be fun. I'm excited. I may next year may be the year I'm able to convince my wife to finally let us get Disneyland passes. Historically,
how much is the Disneyland passes?
$1,650 per person.
Ow!
That's a lot.
That hurt.
It's worth every penny, in my opinion.
Really?
Is it though?
Because
not
for
possible.
me, I live 5 minutes away, so I can go whenever I want.
You're saying that's better. Spend 1,000 and something with a ticket instead of spend that same amount of money in a huge barbecue?
No, Disneyland.
I mean, we could get Ed involved. We could get Lameck.
There's just no magic like Disney magic. I've been at Disneyland well over 150 times, and the magic is still there for me. My wife hates it, but
yeah, I think I never had that dream like going to Disneyland. So I don't know. Maybe I will go with the kids. Maybe not. I'm not sure. But I rather spend some time with barbecue, fishing, or things like that.
So we have a lot of theme parks in Southern California, right? And so we try to rotate through. Last year we did Knott's Berry Farm, which is like the oldest theme park in the West. And just to give you a perspective, we We got passes for all of the family, the 4 of us. We got the water park. We got food, 2 meals every time we went. We got the parking. We got a locker. I think I spent a total of like $1,200 for that park versus for Disneyland. We're looking at well, at least almost $6,000 just to
I
go.
see.
I think Lena's having the last say here, though.
I know she's gonna overrule me. Fortunately for me, my whole family works there, so I can go whenever I want for free. So I'm not too worried. But we do rotate, right? So we'll do SeaWorld, Legoland, Universal, Disneyland, and Knott's. Those are the main theme parks that within an hour drive from my house.
So here's the real question. With team being in Anaheim next year, where is Bash?
The only thing that makes sense to me is they gotta buy Disneyland out because it's a Thursday night. Because this happens all the time, right? Disneyland is available for purchase at night, right? They'll close either DCA, Disney's California Adventure, or Disneyland, and they close at 8 p.m. So they do early events. It's April, but the only problem is that it's spring break time. And so that might be problematic, but it is a Thursday night. I think it'll be fine. I my money is that Atlassian's renting out the park from 8 to like 1 a.m.
Or they can make it even cheaper by renting it out on a Wednesday night.
I don't know that's any cheaper, but I definitely think that the team is less than 5,000 people, not enough for the whole place. Matt, that's an interesting question. So Disneyland, I think the capacity from the last numbers I checked is 15,000 each park. So I think it'll be a good size. Either that or I would also recommend you rent out Knott's Berry Farm because Knott's Berry Farm has a ballroom. It does have a place to like have music, but then you can operate all the rides as well.
Wow. I know Activision Blizzard would rent out Disneyland for like the Christmas party, but only for like the local people. So I didn't get to go.
And I have another question about the next year. The event is. I do not want to play the Grinch here, but I like the announcements and the new things. But Atlassian finally gonna talk about the speed of Jira Cloud
like
next
performance?
year. Like performers, yeah, exactly. Or is like I feel like it's a topic that nobody talks about. Atlassian never talks about that. Keep releasing new features, but the performance is bad.
I can see
with other solutions.
Yeah, I can see them going that way next year because this year they did take a good chunk out of the keynote to talk about Atlassian Guard. And when they were talking about Atlassian Guard, right, they were talking about performance of that aspect of it, right? An architecture there. So I can see them maybe, but I don't know. I think my opinions, this merger of Jira Software and Jira Work Management requires a refactoring of the whole site. So maybe it opens up opportunities.
I mean, it all's on the same platform, so does it really?
Yeah, but it wasn't really. But now it will.
I think when we use the API or connect the data is like the same data, the same structure. I don't think they have much to change. Right?
I think it's an opportunity as they're rebranding it for them to refactor it as well. So I could see some improvements. But I think as they get more and more customers, I think maybe the problem is just that their data centers are so sparse. So you
think it's a scaling issue?
Yeah, they just have so few data centers throughout the world, right? I think maybe getting it closer to your house might be faster. Because I still think I had to ping all the way to New York to get to my Jira. That's a long way.
Yeah, but other solutions you have the same, but they are faster than Jira.
Yeah, I think they will have to get it faster though, right? Because as you add more features, you're adding more bloatware, and you're just gonna piss off the customer if it doesn't get any faster. But today was like painfully slow. Like my Jira was just hanging for like a minute.
Yeah,
I'm not used to. I don't usually have hanging problems, but Maybe I spent too much time in Jira to notice.
You notice every time it just even slightly hiccups.
You know what? Like my sensitivity to changes to Jira though is pretty high, right? Like, what was it? October last year, they changed the little gear, and the user management used to be at the top, and they moved it all the way to the bottom, and it was like, why would you do that? And not tell everybody. You know how many times I memorized clicking that gear in the user management gear and user management, and I had to go all the way to the bottom.
Yeah.
And you just can't change little subtle things like that and expect people to not catch it.
It was like the filter. When you click on the filter, view all issues.
Oh yeah, they moved it to the bottom too,
I was
right?
like, all the time, man.
You just can't move things and not warn them, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, so something like that, I think I would notice if Jira got. I don't ever notice performance though. I don't ever feel like it's slow.
I know that those events are to celebrate things and bring good news to everybody, but I miss that talk about honest things like the performance sucks. Let's talk about that. Let's hear more about our customer. Let's invite. We have all the administrators from all the world at the same time. Let's collect some feedback about that.
So it's interesting you bring that up because that brings me 2-3 points that I want to make here off of what you just said. Number one, Mike's now in control. So let's remember that for a second, right? We now no longer have 2 captains, but just one.
Well, I mean, we still have 2 till August, but
yeah, but by the time we get to teams next year, Mike will be in control.
Yeah.
Right. And I almost don't want to say this publicly because now with this guy next to me,
Alex is only tangentially associated with the Jira Life.
No, it's nothing bad, but so let's go back to my reaction from 2 weeks ago with Scott announcing his departure, which I'm sure we'll maybe get Lameck's input too, right? But here's my thought. I completely fell in love with Mike last week. I think his charisma, his attitude towards running the company is something that I would love to work for, right? Like Mike definitely symbolizes some leadership figure that I would be like, this is a cool guy to work with. Scott, on the other hand, he did something interesting that I don't know that I particularly would buy into, but at the community leaders thing, like the way he locks himself up, like Mike was there, like short of him dancing on the dance floor, like he was there like most of the time just hanging out with everybody. But I just thought it was weird that just Scott kind of just went and like isolated himself and like barricaded. Like
yeah, I think it's personality, man. Yeah,
right. But take that now into functionalities and features and approachability and like out of the box thinking of Jira. I think Mike just has a more fluid, like let's go get it type of attitude, and I would expect better things to come out of Atlassian now with Mike in charge.
I think Andy's calling you out.
What did Andy say? I don't think Alex has enough experience with Scott to make such a statement. I saw what I saw. That's all I'm saying.
So something that my readers in particular have been commenting to me about though is data center.
Why? How is this new for you? It's been good.
I know it's not new, and honestly, I loved the announcements that were done in the keynote. Let me get that on the record. I did love what they announced, but everything data center was on a completely different super session that you either had to go to, or if you had a conflict, tune into later. And considering that is still, 30% of their business right there, that they just snubbed again for the 3rd year in a row.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you. It's like in such kind of event, you have a lot of, and if you feel like that, imagine the Jira Administrator. The guy had that data center, and he's living in Poland, and he took 3 different flights to get there, to go to such trouble, to have sessions about data center at the same time, or never of data center was in the keynote or thing like that. So I know what I know the feeling and I think as Rodney said, I like the announcement. Atlassian expert for free. That's amazing, man. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Because finally, Rodney, it was the first probably the first to create relevant content about Atlassian, and that helped a lot of administrators. I learned workflow property with that guy. With I
Sure,
was
guy?
yeah, exactly. So back in the days, we didn't have a lot of content produced like we have today, and I was always telling to Atlassian, say, hey, Microsoft had a good program to people create content, MVP, and those things, and it is awesome. And finally, Atlassian is seeing the value on that and release the trainings for free is a huge step. So I like that a lot. I have my questions about Atlassian Guard and Access. I don't know if I have my question, but I didn't read everything about it. I like the Jira work management in Jira software now. It's just Jira. I hope they put Jira service on the package as well. But I still feel that those events they should talk more about the issues, like acknowledge the issues. Like we know the performance is not ideal. We are not denying that, and also give more space for data center. Definitely.
Mhm.
So
And
go ahead, Tom. Go ahead.
it said, I actually tuned in on the flight home and watched the data center talk because I felt, hey, this is going to come up one way or another. And it gave me some questions I really want to talk with Atlassian about before I announce publicly or say anything publicly. But if you haven't watched it, I believe it's called Cloud and Data Center Transformations or something along those lines. It's on the events page. It's on YouTube. Sorry, cat problems.
I was like, Rodney, I did not know that you squeal like that.
Yeah. But it's on all those things. You really should check it out for yourself, just to see what they're doing with that front, because I think we're going to be talking about it sooner than later.
And I wanted to add something that I totally forgot, but I think it'd be interesting to see, because Lameck, you bring up an interesting audience that goes to teams, right? Like, does anybody know what the split is between Jira users versus Jira admins? Because I feel like everybody I ran into would be users, not necessarily admins.
I'll add another category to that. What's the split between partners, Jira users, and Jira admins?
Yeah, because it's just such a, like, but also my defense, or not my defense, but my ignorance is I didn't see a single session. Like, I didn't go to a single session, but like the panels that I was on, like the resolution panel we were on, the creator one, and the certification one, those don't yell Jira admins to me all the time, right? Like,
my automation panel, I would say, was Jira admin heavy.
That's is another thing about the events. Of course, every year that I went to and other events, not just teams, I didn't watch all the sessions, so I'm not saying about all the sessions, but I miss see like let's dive into this real solution, not like generic things, but talk about how I built this, how I solved that problem, and open the closet and show everything like how it happened. Because that's what the administrators are waiting for. They do not want to talk about like, hey, this is how I can create a dashboard, or this is the new gadget that I create to see this and that. We want to see how you build things,
Yeah, that's an interesting thing. So I most of the talks happen on the expo floor, and like you got 15 minutes, 30 minutes tops, right? So they're too quick for anything valuable.
Yep.
But you'll be happy to know. I don't know, Lameck, if you see my post, right? But I am opening up for the summer like an interview series, right? Where we're gonna be talking with marketplace vendors and stuff, and that'll be something that I'd like to bring up then, right? Like maybe I open up another set of interviews for folks that just want to share, because I do have like a talk section, so maybe I fold it in with that. But it'd be interesting to see like best practices, use cases, struggles, successes. Like if anybody wants to share anything that's not under the troubling part is most of the time that stuff's like under like some sort of an NDA or something.
Yeah, that's the trouble. Yeah.
Because I heard even even with like big companies like Rivian and stuff, like there's like NDAs and things like that.
There's some of that, but I remember my first summit, what team was back in the day. Which again, let's make Team Summit again. I'm on that team, but there was really, really deep technical talks on like how do you tune a JVM for your Jira instance, a Confluence instance? How do you do deeper analytics on the data that's already in your Jira system? I remember attending a talk by Matt Dorr about he had one of the first million plus instances. And it's like, this is how we keep this thing from crashing and burning.
Yeah, I can see a tremendous amount of value in those. I think that would appeal or draw more people in. Matt Dorr, which Dorr? Who Dorr?
Doctor Who?
Mhm.
I love Matt Dorr. But yeah, no, I think like, that's an interesting thing. So one little quick, sorry, before you jump in.
Go ahead.
One thing that I'm trying to organize or get started is a developer day conference type of thing, because I also don't see in any talks of like, here's how to get started in the marketplace. Like, here's how to use the APIs. Here's how to publish your app. Here's how to get through their criteria or whatever it is, right? Like, I think there's a lot of opportunities there. I think there's a lot of opportunities, but maybe like solution partners sharing best practices as well.
Do
Stuff like
they
that.
have an event just for that?
They have the code
Can't-
guys thing that they say, but that feels like more like a hackathon, no?
It is a hackathon.
Okay.
I'm talking about like sessions where you go to learn how to use Atlassian's UI. Like, how do you develop an app that feels like native Jira UI, right? Like, there's no technical talks that walk you through that kind of scenario right now that I'm aware of.
Yeah.
As much as I'm on team make Team Summit again, I'm also on team make Team Technical again.
But would they still have the same appeal if they made it technical?
I mean, if they had it cast broad enough net, I think so.
You did the math the other day, no, right? 750,000 Jira admins worldwide, at least.
I mean, if Atlassian's numbers are to be believed and taking some very, very generous estimates, between 1 to 5 admins per organization.
Well, even if it was just one admin, that's still 300,000 customers times 300,000. Yeah. I think it'd be interesting. Maybe the folks that put on like Jira Day and JiraCon are onto something. Maybe we can collaborate with them and do something a little bit deeper.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, if you could ever get your passport, I'm getting you on a plane over to Poland to do Jira Day.
Where the heck's my passport at?
That one does not count, and you know it.
It counts up to a certain point. Then I get in trouble.
That topic again. Let's talk about soccer as well.
Soccer? No.
Yes.
Not soccer.
Passport in soccer is like your Achilles ankle.
No soccer. No soccer is allowed in the Mac. Let's talk about your YouTube channel. How's that going?
I'm gonna get back to the channel. I stopped for a while again. I decided to, because I already put a lot of effort in the YouTube channel. I already prove that it's good. It's still growing, even I'm not posting in the public area. I'm only public in the private, in the membership. I'm just.
You have a membership? I should probably do that.
I just post on the membership for a while. And the reason is because I'm focused on the paid audience, and that's the reason. I want to go back. I bought some new gears for the YouTube channel, like those nice microphones, new camera, and then new things. I recorded a lot of videos, but I'm holding to release because I want to get a deal. I want to release videos that make money. I already put a lot of money from my pocket on that channel. Of course, bring me a lot of things, good things, contracts, and people know me, and that was good. But I'm holding those videos until I get good deals, and something that's gonna pay the team and gonna make sure gonna be profitable this time. So that's why I'm holding to publish in the public area, and I'm only posting on the private area for now.
That's interesting because I can definitely echo something you said. I moved between January and March. It took me a while. I probably published I mean, if you see my channel, right, it's very aggressive, very many videos. But that month I probably published like 10 videos over like 60 days. And I made more money off AdSense in that 60-day period not doing anything with the channel than I do when I'm like aggressively hitting it.
Yeah, so that's the stage now. They're still growing really well. The numbers are still good.
I still haven't beat you, but my goal is to take you out. You're my next target, and then Web Gentle is my next target, and then after
how many followers you have now?
Almost 17,000, so I'm halfway to you.
Yeah, when I met you, I told you that you're gonna be bigger than me because you put your channel in English and my channel is Portuguese, so that's
but you monopolize the entire Portuguese market.
Yeah, you know,
you have every Portuguese speaking Jira admin on your channel.
Not everybody, but I'm gonna get there. But so it's different. So when I met you and I saw your content, I went to talk to you and I told you you're gonna be bigger than my channel for sure. No doubts on that.
In Spanish.
Yeah, we should do that together. That's the reason. I already found a possible partner to buy parts of my YouTube channel, and also start a YouTube channel with me in Spanish. So we are in that phase of talking about numbers and those things. I hope that goes well, because I want to make money out of that, for sure. People ask me why I do the YouTube channel. I start like sharing content. Honest, I'm gonna share with people because it's solving my problems and gonna help others. But there's a point that this needs to be a business, and I'm in that transition now. I want to make a business out of that.
Yeah, no, and I know you and I have spoken in the past about this, right? Because I've never been more torn apart inside of me with respect to that. I don't know whoever saw me, right? But like I got this thing, and like the only thing that was going through my head is like, okay, so I just climbed that mountain and I have no visibility as to what the next mountain is at this point, right? And my gut's telling me like everything I've been doing so far, I want to do the opposite of that. And so I have no idea where I'm going to go with this, but I don't want sponsors on my channel. Like,
yeah, that's the thing. I love my sponsors. They believe me, and I only accept the sponsors that I use the solution. I never had a sponsor that it was something that to share that I never use it. But I'm not sure if it's the way that I wanna the business growing with sponsors. I'm not sure. I'm not saying that I won't have sponsors. That's not the case. But I only have sponsors that I believe in.
Yeah.
I already had companies from the marketplace ask me to release a video about their solution or review, and I said, look, I never use your solution. So use it for a trial. No, I never use in a real case scenario. I need to use in a real case scenario to put in my YouTube channel because I have that commitment with my audience. The content is about what I'm doing as a Jira administrator, not something like, see, look, there's something cool in Jira. Take a look on it. It's not about that.
I mean, just my numbers, the audience could tell the difference between something you use and you genuinely believe in and something they know you're doing just because you paid. I mean, it just shows it's a different quality work. It's a different feel to it. The audience knows. That being said, and the reason why I was doing those calculations, Alex, earlier this week is I would very much prefer something where the audience that finds value and can afford to supports us as creators rather than sponsors. Do I think that's entirely achievable? To be honest, no.
Mm-hmm.
I do think sponsors are going to be some part of the mix and it's going to be avoidable, but at least having a significant portion of it be consumer oriented allows us to pick the sponsors we choose rather than what's available to us.
Sorry. Very, very meaningful, but Matt Thor over here with the comment made me chuckle. Your shirt looks like you got like those Wi-Fi shirts because it's the way it lights up your shirt.
It's because of the green screen.
Yeah. So it's kind of cool because it looks like those like Wi-Fi detector shirts where you see like
I used to have one.
I did too. I don't know what happened to it.
But
yeah.
But yeah, no, the sponsors thing is something, Lameck, it's definitely something I think about a lot. I lose a lot of sleep over what do I want to do with sponsors, like where do sponsors play a role, who should sponsor, why should I sponsor?
Yeah.
And
I have a question. I have a question. We're gonna change a little bit the subject, but it's something that came to my mind is related to the topic. Do you guys receive emails with very detailed questions about what I should do from other Jira administrators?
I don't.
No? Okay, I thought that's happening like every week. I receive around seven emails with people asking, hey, I saw your video about this. I want to go deeper on it. I'm doing this and that. This is what I'm doing. How can I solve it? What I'm doing is I'm getting those answers, recording a video, putting in the membership and send the link of the membership. Hey, the answer is here on the membership.
Do you know what? So now you bring it up. So maybe potato, but I don't get any emails, but boy, are my comments full of, how do you do this? How do you do that? And I never read my comments, mainly because my comments make me cry. But maybe aside from that, I don't read my comments. Ronnie, I'm sure, saying something hilarious, but he's on mute.
Sorry, my head sneeze coming in, but no, don't worry, guys. I read the Jira Life comments, even if Alex doesn't.
Oh, I read the Jira Life comments. I don't read my main channel comments. Those make me cry. Some guy today was like, "This is the dumbest name ever. You should change it." I'm like, I'm not about to rebrand the whole damn company because you don't like the name.
Oh man, I don't care about that. I received some comments like, "Oh, you said that Scrum is a methodology, but it is a framework actually." And if you check my other videos, I'm explaining exactly that. And the video that you comment is an introduction video. And I use the word methodology because of people usually think that's a methodology. But I never answer those guys anymore. I just go there and block and
but I like your
idea. For this anymore.
I like your idea of creating that exclusive content where I do answer questions. I have been playing a little bit more with Buy Me Coffee. I'm not a big Patreon fan, but on the Buy Me Coffee, I have a couple of people that are interested in. I have a whole business plan. It's a 2-pager. This is the future of ATech. And
awesome.
I'm just getting ready to implement it. I'm starting off with the Sorry?
Someone rewind the zoom in and enhance.
I did it on purpose fast so nobody can see the intellectual property, but it's all there. I even got it on stock paper. It's nice and thick. But yeah, no, I've been definitely, my last couple of weeks I've been thinking about where do I go with the channel content, and obviously the monetization part of it, because I feel like there's a lot of money to be made, but I see the finish line of how much potential money there can be, but no idea how to connect the dots in between.
Do you wanna? So you have 17,000 now. You said
17.
Yes.
Do you want to get to the 30,000 when by when?
My goal is to hit 50,000 by the end of the year.
50,000. Okay, I'm gonna help you to get there. I'm gonna send
You send all the
you.
Portuguese.
No, I'm gonna send. I'm gonna record a video on my YouTube channel, asking people to subscribe to your channel. But also, I'm gonna send a video. I'm gonna send to you a few things that I made that make the difference. The three top things, and I'm gonna suggest a few topics that I'm pretty sure that you're gonna hit
We'll do
that.
well. Yeah, that'd be great. I
The,
appreciate that.
the only thing that I ask you, if you get there, invite me to the celebration. Just that.
You got it.
Okay, but
That's not a
you're gonna
problem.
get there. I'm pretty sure.
We'll celebrate it at Disneyland when you come.
Oh no. Let's
No,
hunt
you got to
something
do
on
it on live
Alaska.
stream.
Alaska?
And I think it's got to be at
Yeah.
least 16 hours.
You guys are funny. No, we will.
Well, you know, it's got to.
Yeah, ignore my
got the
wife.
idea.
We're not doing a 24-hour live stream, but yes, I think that would be fair, Lameck. We can definitely plan something out. This channel is my goal is 50,000. I have a plan to get there. I just don't have time. Time is my variable right now, and I probably need to sleep less.
Yeah, definitely. But getting back to the topic about.
Wait, hold up, real quickly. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna hit up every taco spot within a 5-mile radius of Disneyland, and I'm gonna put the road to Team 25 tacos.
So, what you guys thought about the news? What was the best one for you, and for you, and what do you think that this is something great?
I wasn't blown away by anything. Last year, whiteboards, I was like, oh my gosh, I wanted this.
Mm-hmm.
This year, I don't know. All I can think about the whole time was like, great, now I got to redo all my Jira videos because the UI just changed.
Yeah. That's yeah.
Looking at everything, I think the biggest thing I liked, because again, I didn't realize this was bothering me, but this has been bothering me since Jira Server 7 when they made the split. I like starting to reconcile all the Jiras, or at least the first two, Jira Software and Jira Work Management, to one. I really like that announcement.
Mm-hmm.
Rovo has potential. My biggest concern is they're going to automation it, where they're going to get everyone excited about it, hooked on it, using it. Then they're going to slam us with limits.
I see Rovo as a premium enterprise out of most people's reaches product. So I'm not excited for it because I don't see a startup being able to use it. I don't see like small firms being able to use it.
I saw a few Jira administrators going crazy about Rovo, and it was the AI in Jira is still something very beta to me. So it's like Rodney said, it has potential, but not sure.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. Like I think if you can afford it or you have the privilege to have it, I think it's going to be pretty good. But I'm sad, kind of like automation rules and Confluence that don't exist for standard or free tier. Like I feel like Atlassian's latest trend is like paywall at all, and that kind of breaks my heart a little bit, given the fact that I understand Atlassian needs to make money, but there should still be some. I feel like a lot of people won't be able to even taste it because it's unattainable.
Yeah, it's not like a app that you plug in your current license. You have to change your.
Yeah, and then I'm more afraid that it's going to be like analytics, where that thing requires you like 1,000 PhDs just to figure out how to configure it. Like Rovo, for it to be successful, it just needs to work, and it needs to work for every person, regardless of technical skill set. Like my grandma needs to be able to use Rovo. It's the only way this thing will take off.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm on journey of learning analytics at the moment.
You need a PhD, huh?
A PhD, but it requires a lot of time trying to understand how it works and if fits. The first thing is figure it out if fits for your scenario or not. So yeah. But but I would save the comments about analytics for a video in the future.
I'm not the biggest fan of analytics. I tried to set it up. I sat down with Atlassian's like product manager for analytics, and we're like, guys, I spent the whole day in Jira and I can't figure this out. Like, how is anybody else supposed to figure it out?
Yeah,
it's way too hard. Custom charts for the win. Rodney.
I like custom chart, but that's my thing. You cannot use it in complex scenarios. Like you cannot put two numeric fields to the same issue in just one gadget.
Yeah.
So it's cool. I like this solution. And the only reason this custom chart is success is because the native dashboard sucks.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not wrong. When have we had a new gadget in Jira? Just any Jira. Data center, server.
We've had a new gadget? There
was once upon a time, yeah, we got new gadgets.
Like what, like 5 years ago?
Try double that.
10, wow.
It was right around the time I was starting.
My hot take, custom charts for Jira is dead.
Really?
They sold.
Yes, they
I walked by the Tempo booth, not a single picture, image reference to custom charts for Jira. Time and status came out because they were on contractually obligated to get it out. But what has happened since then?
I mean, first off, I wouldn't even recognize it because I didn't stop at Tempo long enough to look too deep into it. But I know they did the total rebrand, and that included their app icon. So I don't even know if I'd recognize.
They have a new app icon, and I can't even have it on mine anymore because they got rid of their free for 10 and under.
Now that's just
so
this is wrong.
I feel like the last 11 months for custom charts has not been the best journey. It was also very interesting to see everybody from the custom charts team wearing Siebert shirts. That was funny. It's like they all like popped and shift over to Siebert.
By the way, I love the energy of the people from custom chart. They are amazing.
They weren't there. There was no energy this year.
Really?
No.
Nothing.
Oh man.
Chris Cook even was not there.
Yeah, Chris Cook wasn't there. Andy was there repping his own brand. He was Fun Inc. A couple of other people were under the Siebert umbrella, but everybody else, there was no more custom charts team. There's no Old Street Solutions team anymore at all.
I'm glad that I wasn't in the party that they threw last year.
That was an epic after party. I couldn't do the after party this year, unfortunately.
I heard there was ice cream after teams or after the bash party.
That was one of them. Funman also set up his own after party, but said I had to get to the airport early, and boy, did that early come too early.
So we got a few minutes left. Lameck, any closing thoughts, comments, questions, concerns?
We haven't done something in particular yet.
Yeah. Did we ask any questions that were on the script?
Were there questions on the script?
Do you have questions on the script? So
there was a script, right?
I mean, we do have a script, but we haven't done our quick Quizlet yet. And considering we didn't really do it last week, well, I mean, Andy didn't. Andy gave us one. All right, Lameck. Quick Quizlet, new thing we're doing this season. We're going to ask you 5 questions, either A or B, yes, no. You have to answer each question one at a time as fast as possible. After each question, we'll give you a chance to explain your answer, but your first answer has to be as fast as possible.
We're all contended too.
All right, so first one, coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Coffee?
You live in Europe now, dude. It's got to be tea.
Does it?
Coffee always. I'm Brazilian.
You're Brazilian at heart.
Europe is one of the best places to get coffee from.
I'm all with Ted Lasso on the taste of tea, man. It's just sorry,
it's
man.
Good, but coffee.
I don't drink coffee.
I love my hot tea leaf juice, but it is hot leaf juice.
Yeah, for the record, I don't drink either. So
All right. So ideal vacation spot: mountains or beach?
Beach.
Beach.
Yeah, because I miss a
Honestly,
lot my.
I'd be a little disappointed if it was anything else.
Yeah, because I miss my town city, the place that I grew up. I miss the beach there and my family and all of that. So, beach.
well, look, when you come over next year for Team 25, we'll hit up the beach 20 minutes away, and then we'll go drive up an hour up the mountain.
Oh no, but it's not the same. The water is
No, it's
cold.
not the same.
The place that I grew up, the
wet
water is warm. You have a 25 Celsius degree. I don't know how much that's in Fahrenheit. Let me check.
Our water's like about
About
57.
80, 85-ish, somewhere around there.
77. So the water is warm. The coconut is amazing. So it's
You
a,
say
it's a
coconut?
different.
Yeah, coconuts.
Oh, we just have pollution from the port. But
So,
bring your wetsuit.
So next
Let's
question.
get
Next
What
question.
else? Hit me.
All right. So how do you pronounce the Jira query language? Is it JQuil or JQL?
JQL.
All right. Do you prefer email or Slack messages?
Slack messages.
Says the guy that doesn't respond to my Slack messages.
At a certain point, it might be a choice.
I'm pretty sure it is.
All right. So finish the sentence. The marketplace app I cannot live without is
Ooh. JMWE.
JMWE.
Yeah, I love JXL
used-
too.
I've
I
never
love
used-
JXL too, but if I have a scenario that I didn't know, I have a lot of flexibility with JMWE. I don't have a limit of automations like automations for Jira and standardized, so I would go with JMWE. Even after AppFire bot, the support is not the same, and JXL is amazing. So it's tough to choose between those two, but if I have to choose one, based on the flexibility that I can do it, JMWE.
All right. All right. Fair enough. Alex, what is your app you can't live without?
Well, it used to be custom charts for Jira, but that one I told you has been breaking my heart. So right now I'm appless.
You're not going to choose Script Runner?
I've never used Script Runner.
Really?
Really?
Not much of use in the cloud. Remember, I'm exclusive to the cloud.
Matt Dorr, we do need to talk to Alex here. There's an opportunity to be had.
I've never used Script Runner. I'm proud. I'm happy. I'll own it. I use Jira 14 hours a day. There's not one scenario where I'm like, I need Script Runner. So I'm either using Jira completely incorrectly, or I just haven't been in line.
The thing about Script Runner is it's for those situations where there is no app and you need to do something.
Yeah.
That's where it really shines. So the fact that you haven't used it yet says you're probably doing the same implementation over and over.
No, I mean, question's different. I know how to do things without having to get Script Runner involved.
For example,
That's skill, man. That's called skill.
Yeah, we can talk about that offline some time, and I can show you of a few things using Script Runner or JMWE that is like amazing, man, that you cannot do using automation for Jira, or is what Rodney said. You're gonna face a limitation.
I'm just in the kitchen.
So here's a thought. Adaptivist, hit me up here. 24 hours of Script Runner.
Oh man, you guys are funny.
We should do a challenge. Like Rodney gonna build the same thing in Script Runner. I'm gonna build in JMWE, and Alex should build it with automation. So we gave a scenario, and we try to build with the 3 different tools.
The battle of the admins.
Yeah, the battle of admins, something like that.
Native versus Script Runner. You know, Aaron, who's a big fan of the show, we're having a couple of drinks at the Atlassian welcome reception, and we're looking at the strip. We're just watching the cars pass by. It was like almost 9 p.m. We're 2 hours into this event, and we're kind of just like, I think he had a couple too many. I don't drink. I had a couple too many sips. Shout out to Sean Doyle for giving me my first beer. and we're contemplating life a little bit, and he's like, we should put together like a team of all the Jira admins, right? Like make our own solution partner where like we literally like under the Jira Life brand are the top 1% Jira admins of the world, and we just like we're all band together, like the most expensive rates, but also like the most value added. Like we'd be like the term we use was Jira admin Avengers. And then he realized he has 10 kids. He has to put 10 kids through college, and we're like, shoot, we better get something going so we can afford all that college.
So, unfortunately, we are at the end of our time.
Womp, womp, womp.
Lameck, it's always awesome to have you. We got to have you back on. If Adaptivist reaches out to us for the Script Runner Challenge, you're our first choice.
Okay. Yeah, we should do a Ultimate Jira Fight #1.
Yeah.
Jira-athlon.
All right,
Awesome.
Lameck, thanks for coming.
So,
Appreciate it.
Thank
See
you
you in
for
a year.
the invitation,
Let me know
guys.
if you come back to Southern California. Love to hang out.
We guys, do join us next week, though. We have a very exciting guest. We have Jensen Fleming from Atlassian. She is the product manager of Rovo. So all these questions we have about Rovo, we will be able to ask.
Shoot, I better get my
Atlassian
best
next
behavior.
week. Huh?
Sharif is like my new BFF too, so we should bring him on whenever you guys want.
Oh, I mean, you already saw what I did.
What'd you do?
Yes, come on. We'll make room for you.
Sharif is now my new best friend, though.
Yeah, we're super excited about next week's show because we're going to be one of the first people talking with Atlassian directly about Rovo. So definitely join us next week. And as always, we didn't choose the Jira Life. The Jira Life chose us.
Thank you for listening to the Jira Life. Our hosts are Alex, Dr. Jira Ortiz, and Rodney, the Jira Guy, Nissen. You can find Alex on YouTube at 8Tech Tutorials, and Rodney's blog is found over at thejiraguy.com. Our producers are Robert King Bob Wen and Lena Ortiz. You can catch us live as we record this podcast every Thursday at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern on YouTube at The Jira Life. Be sure to join us and our other Jira Amigos of the Peanut Gallery every week to ask your questions, let us know your comments, and just tell us what you're up to. But if you can't join us live, you can still catch the replay over on YouTube. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell while you're watching. We're also available as a podcast over on Apple iTunes, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. If you listen to it and think it deserves a rating, we would very much appreciate it, as it will help others discover the Jira Life. Because we didn't choose the Jira Life. The Jira Life chose us.